Hey, what's up, guys? We are on Pokemon Showdown, and if you guys do notice my opponent, it is Cosine 180. So he's a very good player, guys. He is an SPL player. If you guys don't know what that means, I'll take you over to Smogon real quick. And if you can see here, he's got a lot of followers and stuff. Like I only have about 2 or 3 followers on my Smogon account. So that lets you know he's a very, very prevalent player, especially in ORAS OU and SPL. Like, if you guys don't know what SPL is, it stands for Smogon Premier League, and it pretty much is him. There's ABR, if you guys have heard of him. Thunder Blunder is in it as well. I don't know if Pokegame is in it. He might be in it. But yeah, like Mr. Jambad, all those big name players, they are all in the SPL, or at least have been in SPL in the past. So very big name players, and we actually ran into him on the ladder, and I thought I would just share you guys this replay because it is a very interesting match and a very cool match. And Cosine's a pretty cool guy. I've talked to him I think once or twice, but this is like the second time. And yeah, it's just a fun battle overall. As you can see, there's so many people joining in because he is such a big name player. I think at the end of the match, there's about 20 or 30 people watching this random ladder game. So as you can see, he is on the ladder tournament, trying to get into the, I believe it's the top 2, and trying to make it into the qualifying rounds or whatever they are. I'm not too sure how it works, but I know a lot of people have been using this username on the ladder and trying to rank up with that. And if you guys do notice, this is my alt. It is just another one of my alts. It's just I have a couple of them that I use, and they all span from about the 1500 to 1600 ranks. So we found him, and I think right now I'm about mid 1600s with this account, and I'm just using a fun team with Volcarona, Mega Diancie, Starmie, Gliscor, Ferrothorn, and the legendary Volcanion set, as Cosine called it. So we'll just go ahead and with the replay, and yeah, so he leads his Manaphy, and Manaphy is probably the biggest threat to my team because obviously it can tail go up. So my only real check to it is Ferrothorn because I do pack the Power Whip, so I go right out into that. I'm actually going to slow it down so I can explain what's going on. So he brings in his Latios, and I know these things do have the potential to carry HP Fire, but honestly you have not seen that, or I haven't seen it lately, to be honest. It's just because of the fact that most people prefer to run like Recover over it, or Surf, and some people don't even run Psyshock on it anymore. But anyway, usually they can't necessarily touch Ferrothorn, so it's not too big of a deal. Have Ferrothorn in here, and yeah, he just switches out into his Garchomp. So I think it's a good opportunity to set up my Stealth Rocks because he has not Mega Evolved with his Diancie, and he can't really bring Latios into a Ferrothorn because I have Gyro Ball as well. So I'm just going to set up my lead sheet. I know these things do carry Fire Blast, so I definitely want to switch out after this. He sets up his own rocks, which he should. It's a good play. And he just switches out into, I believe, the Manaphy again, because it's probably his best offensive threat to my team, like I just said. And yeah, it can put in a lot of work with one Tail Glow. One Tail Glow Ice Beam does about 50% to my Ferrothorn spread, so really got to watch out for that. Bring in my Starmie because the fact that I can spin these rocks away, or I could go ahead and go for the Toxic, but I don't want to stay in and let him get a free Tail Glow up, so I just go back out to my Ferrothorn here, as he does just that, and I don't think he attacks me here. I think he switches into his Garchomp, trying to whittle down my Ferrothorn due to the Rocky Helmet Rough Skin damage. So I think that's what he does. Yeah, he does just that. Goes into his Garchomp. As it's going to give me a little bit of recoil damage because of the fact that it's just contact. So he whittles down my Ferrothorn a little bit, but that's okay. I know this thing does carry the Fire Blast, so I'm definitely going to switch out into Gliscor as he goes for the Dragon Tail and misses, so unfortunate for him. This game is pretty hacksy in the end on both sides, so I just go for the Earthquake for damage because I know he's just going to go for the Dragon Tail again. And I know this thing doesn't get recovery, so I'm just trying to whittle it down just a little bit. Luckily, he is not phasing me out into my Volcarona because I'd be taking 50%. Now, he does... I make a really aggressive play here and go for the Diancie, and because I know he's not going to Earthquake, there's just no reason for him to Earthquake. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Mega Evolution off here and just go ahead and click Protect in case he wants to stay in and force me to click Protect. So I go for Protect as he doubles to Jirachi. That's his best play. And he is Scarf Jirachi because I do not see an item, and he goes straight for the Iron Head right here, and it's doing a decent amount to my very defensive Gliscor. So I know he's Scarf. That means Healing Wish as well, so I really gotta watch out for that. Brings in the Manaphy because it can come in on so many things on my team, and I don't necessarily like that. So I go into Starmie here. I know he does have Energy Ball, but I think it's in my best interest to go ahead and Toxic this thing and then spin the next turn. But as you can see, he crits Energy Ball, and my Starmie goes down, so we don't have a we don't have a choice to spin these rocks away. So rocks are here to stay, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it's whatever. It's Pokemon is Pokemon. It's Haxie. He goes in, or he just scalds the Ferrothorn, which is kind of interesting because I didn't think he would stay in, so I went for the Leech Seed. Unfortunate for him, he does not get the burn. Yeah, I'm just staying in and trying to whittle this Manaphy down. As you can see, Toxic and Leech Seed would really rack up, so I expected him to switch here. And I believe I go for Power Whip, and just in case he stayed in too, and the Garchomp would have died from that, but he dodges the Power Whip. Unfortunate, but at least we don't take recoil damage, so I guess it's whatever. So he just Dragon Tails my Gliscor out here, and now my Gliscor dies on switching. I didn't want to go into DNT again, but he actually phases me into DNT, which is really nice. So I know he's going to switch out into Jirachi, so I go straight for the Earth Power. Earth Power would have killed the Garchomp anyway, and actually get the Spidef drop, but it doesn't matter because he can just Healing Wish up here. So I sack my Gliscor. This is really important. I sack my Gliscor here, and the reason why I did that is because of the fact that, say I would have stayed in and just clicked whatever, I would have just clicked the Moonblast or anything to knock this thing out. One, that is risking the fact that he could just go for Iron Head and knock me out. I could have clicked Protect too, but there's no point to doing that. And two, he gets to pick whatever he wants to switch in, which I know is going to be the Manaphy anyway because it's toxic and it's worn down, so he wants to bring the thing back in because he knows it's such a big threat to my team. So I know he's going to bring the Manaphy in, but this way I get to sack off my Gliscor. I know it's just my best play overall. So I sack the Gliscor to Rocks. I know he's going to bring the Manaphy, and it gives me a free switch into Ferrothorn, so I don't have to let him set up the Tail Glow in order to sweep my team pretty much. So this way it allows me to bring in the Ferrothorn without letting him set up a Tail Glow. That's what I'm trying to say. So sack the Gliscor, and he just Healing Wishes on up like expected, and obviously he's going to go into the Manaphy because he doesn't really need Garchomp anymore. It already got up his rocks and everything, so there's no point to heal that thing back up. So bring in my Ferrothorn here because it's my best Manaphy check, like I said before. He brings in the Garchomp. I actually kind of predicted the Latios to come in here, trying to get rid of rocks, but yeah, it's whatever. I just Gyro Balled. Plus, I did not miss either, so that's very nice for me. I knew he wouldn't stay in, though, because now he brings in the Diancie here, and whenever he brings in this Diancie here, okay, guys, think about it. If you bring in your Diancie to a Ferrothorn, what do you have? Obviously, HP Fire. So I made a very aggressive play into my Diancie here because I knew he wouldn't go for Earth Power. I knew he wouldn't go for Moonblast or Diamond Storm because obviously Ferrothorn can beat all three of those moves. Now, I could have went for my Volcanion here, or I guess I could have went to the Volcarona, but I'm keeping those as healthy as possible because of Stealth Rocks, and I don't want to make them take unnecessary damage. And if you guys will, I'm not going to ruin it now, but you'll see in the end what kind of Volcanion set I am. So, Cosine called it the Legendary set, so I'll let you guys see what happens at the end. So I go into my Diancie on the predicted HP Fire, and I am correct. Now, he is HP Fire, so I do outspeed him because HP Fire drops his speed by 1. So I just go straight for the Moonblast here because I know it's going to do a tremendous amount because he's probably Naive Nature, which is minus Special Defense. So I'm able to knock out the Latios because he might have predicted something like an Earth Power to come in there. And yeah, so I just stay in on the Manaphy as well because I can't let this thing set up a Tail Go freely. So I actually get the Special Attack drop, but we still go down to the Scald, so it doesn't really matter at all. It just kind of forces him to either switch out or let this thing go down. So go into the Ferrothorn here because it's just my best play. Go straight for the Power Whip because I need to knock out this or just do damage to something in general. I don't think Gyro Ball would have killed. So he does not get a burn on the Scald, but I think a burn Ferrothorn still would have knocked it out with Power Whip, so not too worried about it. Now he brings in the Diancie, and I make a very aggressive play into the Volcanion here because I know he's going for the HP Fire again. And you guys will see what kind of Volcanion we are right here. We are Scarf Modest Volcanion, so we are able to knock out the Diancie because we speed creep it by about 10 points. And he does bring in the Tornadus here, and it all comes down to this. So he actually hits the Hurricane, knocks me out because he is Life Orb, and my Volcanion goes down. So he still has a very good chance to win here. Going to the Ferrothorn, as he does pack the Superpower, so he knocks us out here. And he's saying he's going to miss either way. But anyway, so Ferrothorn goes down, and now I have to bring in the Volcarona, and he has to miss Hurricane, and then I have to hit Fire Blast, and we win. And that is just what happens. So he does miss Hurricane, unfortunate for him, and I am able to connect the Fire Blast, which obviously kills the Tornadus from 44, even though because it's not Life Orb either. So that was such a great battle. I know it was Haxie on both sides, so I mean, unfortunate for him, he didn't land the Hurricane in the end, but we just had both hacks either way. So I mean, it's just Pokemon. What are you gonna do? So anyway, I thought I would share this battle with you guys because it was so interesting and so much fun. And Cosine's just such a good player. So I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you guys follow him at all. And yeah, he's definitely a much better battler than me. I'm not claiming to be a better battler by him or better battler than him in any way, shape, or form because of the fact that he's just so much better than I am. I just wanted to share it because it is kind of like a little celebrity battle, I guess you could call it. And I don't know, it's just a lot of fun, and people running into these kind of players on the ladder is just a lot of fun because it really changes my playstyle. If you guys saw, there's no way I would have ever brought in my Volcanion on a Diantha usually, but I knew he packed the HP Fire because I scouted for it. And yeah, it's just there's no way I would have made those kind of plays unless I was in a tournament or something. But anyway, I had to play super aggressive, and it worked out in the end. And I'm just glad we actually got to pick up a win. Usually we're on the other side of those kind of battles with the hacks, and I guess it was a little bit 50-50. But anyway, just a lot of fun. But yeah, make sure you check out Cosine if you haven't seen him on the Smogon. What do you call it? Just the website. Just go to Smogon Forums, check him out. He's a really cool battler. And yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this battle, and I will see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.